When you invest in a company on the stock market, typically that means buying shares in that company. But what exactly is a share? A share is a slice of a company that represents ownership. This used to be in the form of a little paper certificate, but now it's more of a digital ownership. If you buy a share in a company, you own a little part of that company. But why would a company want to sell off part of its ownership? When a company wants to expand or level up with new equipment, for example, it will likely need to raise some money to be able to fund this. One way to do this is to sell off shares to people who want to invest in the company's future. These shareholders then become part owners. It's important to remember that shares are more of an indirect form of ownership. Shareholders like you and me can't just walk into a business and start ordering people to make them a cup of tea. However, different types of shares give shareholders different rights. Two common types of shares you can buy are known as common shares and preferred shares. Common shares give you voting rights in a company, while preferred shares don't. But if anything were to happen to the company, if it went bankrupt, for example, preferred shareholders would get priority over being repaid, hence why they're called preferred shares. Both types of shares could potentially pay out dividends. A dividend is a percentage of money paid out to shareholders when the company makes a profit. When a company decides it wants to start selling shares on a stock market, it does so through an initial public offering or IPO. This is what we mean when we say a company is going public, when it decides to list its shares on the stock market, typically for the general public and, of course, other types of investors to invest in. Investors can buy and sell shares through brokerages that give them access to stock exchanges. Back in the day, you would have done this via a human being, but this trading system has evolved over time, so now most of this takes place digitally via trading apps. A share is a slice of a company you can buy if you want to invest in the company. Buying a share gives you part ownership in the company.